In this video we're going to be looking at the best 17-year-old wonderkids in FIFA 22, but some of these players actually turn 18 in the early weeks of career mode. First up will be in the Premier League next season with Liverpool, Aberdeen right back Calvin Ramsey, potential of 80 and should cost around $1.5 million. Next up we have Warren Bondo from Nancy. He's a central midfielder with a potential of 80 and a price of around 1 million. Under 19s Euro champion Callum Doyle from Sunderland. He's a centre back with a potential of 80 and should cost around 1.2 million. Mohamed Sanko is a striker from Stuttgart with a potential of 81 and should cost just under 1 million. Georgios Koutsias from PAOK, he's a striker with a potential of 81 and a price of around 1.5 million. Gabriel Slonina from Chicago Fire, he's a goalkeeper with a potential of 81 and should cost around 1.3 million and regularly has a release clause. Leslie Ugachukwu from Stade Rennais, he's a central midfielder with a potential of 81 and a price of around 3 million. Namandi Collins is a centre-back from Borussia Dortmund with a potential of 82 and should cost a bargain 1 million and regularly has a release clause. Ernest Poku from RZ, he's a right winger with rapid pace, potential of 82 and a price of around 1 million. Somalia Koulibaly from Borussia Dortmund, he's a centre-back with a potential of 82 and should cost around 1 million. Alexis Tibidi from Stuttgart, he's a centre-forward or striker, potential of 82 and a price of around 1.4 million and regularly has a release clause. Alejandro Iturbe from Atletico Madrid, he's a goalkeeper with a potential of 82, a price of 1.4 million and regularly has a release clause. Cade Cowell from San Jose Earthquakes, he's a left midfielder with an excellent generic face, a potential of 82 and should cost around 2.5 million. Lucas Gurner from San Etienne, he's a central defensive midfielder with a potential of 82 and a price of around 3.2 million. Takahiro Nakai from Real Madrid, he's a central attacking midfielder with a potential of 83 and a price of just under 1 million. Julio Cesar Enciso from Club Libertad but will be at Brighton next season. He's a right midfielder with a potential of 83 and a price of around 1.1 million. Milos Kerkez from RZ, he's a left back with a potential of 83 and a price of around 1.2 million. Next up we have another member of England's under-19 Euro winning squad, Harvey Vale from Chelsea. He's a left winger with a potential of 83 and a price of around 1.2 million. Next up we have another excellent generic face, Samuel Vignato from Monza. He's a centre forward with a potential of 83 and a price of around 1.5 million. Recently made his debut for the Italian national team, Wilfred Nonto from Zurich. He's a striker but grows +1 when converted to winger, potential of 83 and a price of 1.5 million. Next up, a cheaper alternative to Charles de Ketelare, Cisse Sandra from Club Brugge. He's a central attacking midfielder with a potential of 83 and a price of 1.5 million. Vinicius Tobias from Shakhtar Donetsk, he's a right back or right midfielder, potential of 83, but he's on loan at Real Madrid in Season 1. Ilias is a right winger from Barcelona with a potential of 83, a price of 2.5 million and regularly has a release clause. Also from Barcelona is the excellent generic face left back Alex Balde. He has a potential of 83 and should cost just under 3 million. In my opinion, one of the best hidden gems in FIFA 22 career mode is Daniel Samek from Slavia Prague. He's a central defensive midfielder, potential of 83, an absolute bargain at 4 million. Shola Sholatire from Manchester United, he's a right midfielder with a potential of 84 and should cost around 1.4 million. And he's joined by his Manchester United teammate, recently added Alejandro Garnacho, who's a left midfielder but grows +2 when converted to winger, potential of 84 and should cost around 1.5 million. Wahid Fagir is a Danish striker from Stuttgart with a potential of 84 and should cost a fraction under 2 million. Giorgio Scalvini from Bergamo Calcio, he's a centre-back with a potential of 84 and should cost just under 2 million. Up next is one of my personal favourites, Andreas Schelderup from Nordisland. He's a central attacking midfielder with a potential of 84 and a price of around 1.8 million. Another of England under-19s Euro winners, Alex Scott from Bristol City. He's a central attacking midfielder with a potential of 84 and a price of around 1.8 million. He will be at Southampton next season, Romeo Lavia from Manchester City. He's a central defensive midfielder, potential of 85 and a bargain price of 1.2 million. Pierre Duomo is a central attacking midfielder from Royal Antwerp, potential of 85 and a bargain price of 1.2 million. Charlie Patino from Arsenal, he's a central midfielder or central defensive midfielder, potential of 85 and a price of around 1.6 million. Rodrigo Gomez is a left midfielder or right winger from Braga. He has a potential of 85 and should cost around 2 million. Marco Lazetic from AC Milan, he's a striker with a potential of 85 and an absolute bargain at 2 million. Kasper Kozlowski from Brighton, he's a central attacking midfielder with a potential of 85, but he's on loan at Union Sangolese in Season 1. Another of my personal favourites is the right wing back from Sporting Club Portugal, Gonzalo Esteves. He has a potential of 85 and a price of around 3.5 million. One of the best young players from rest of the world section is Sparta Prague's Adam Karabek. He's a central attacking midfielder, potential of 85 and a price of around 4.5 million. Another couple of members of England's under-19 European Championship winning squad. First up, real face striker Dane Scarlett from Tottenham Hotspur. He has an exciting prospect potential of 86 and a price of just under 2 million. Scored in the under-19 Euros final is Aston Villa's real face central attacking midfielder Carney Chukwuemeka. He has an exciting prospect potential of 86 and should cost just under 2 million. But the highest potential 17-year-old in FIFA 22 career mode, such a shame he has a terrible generic face, is Ryan Cherki from Lyon. He's a right midfielder with a potential of 88 and a price of around 7 million. So if you're looking for some young talent to build your career mode squad around, you really can't go wrong with any of these players. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to tune in next time, but until then, it's FCG out.